This is Volusia Today, a public information radio program brought to you by the County of Volusia.
Good morning and welcome to Volusia Today. I'm David Hunt with the county's Community Information Division, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Bre Goldstrom. Bre, this is your first time on the radio.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what you do for community information, what your job is, how you made it to community information.
So I started off with the county at the jail for about 2 years. I came to community information about a year ago in January, and I'm the senior admin. I assist really everyone in the division, and I just, yeah.
And you're also a veteran, correct?
Yes, I am. I did 4 years in the Army.
Well, thank you so much for your service. It's awesome you're in here today. County offices are closed today in observance of Veterans Day, and we just want to give a big thank you to all the veterans out there and everything you've done for our country and all the service and parts of your life you've given to our country and serving us. I appreciate personally, and everybody at the county appreciates all you've done. Before we get into the show, we got an awesome guest in the studio with us today. We're just going to hit on some quick news around the county. The Olson Center will be hosting the Sunshine Slam Collegiate Men's Basketball Tournament on November 20th and 21st, featuring two Florida teams, FSU and Stetson. Tickets are available on sale now online at Ticketmaster.com, or they can be purchased at the Olson Center box office. This is going to be big for those pickleball players out there. Pickleball is blowing up. If you haven't played, it's an awesome game. Gary Davidson, who used to work here, picked it up after he retired, and he's lost 30 pounds. It's what he does all week, every week. It's just a great way to get out there and be fit, be active. And the county just redid 2 new pickleball courts at Chuck Lennon Park in De Leon Springs. They're immaculate. They're amazing. If you play pickleball, go check them out. You won't regret it. It's awesome. And then, like I said, today, county offices are closed. So, with it being Veterans Day tomorrow, who better could we get in the studio than Scott Olson with Veteran Services? Scott, how you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good.
So, Veteran Services, for some who don't know, if you could just give us a quick rundown on what Veteran Services is.
Sure, absolutely. So, Veteran Services, we fall under Community Services, and we are a division, and we help veterans, we help eligible dependents in obtaining federal, state, and county benefits. A big role that we do is we help navigate the VA, help them apply for disability, compensation, pension, education benefits. So realistically, we are kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to helping veterans apply for those VA benefits.
And Scott, you served as well, correct?
I did, yes, sir.
What was the time frame? What was?
Yeah, so I served in the Marines. I was in the Marine Corps from 2005 to 2014. So did a little less than 10 years. I was stationed in a beautiful place called 29 Palms, California.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you've never heard of it or if you've never seen it, it is the high desert, middle of the Mojave Desert, and it is absolutely a barren wasteland. There's nothing around. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing around there. It actually is like 2.5 hours away from Las Vegas if you know how to cut through desert roads with no stoplights, no directions.
Wow.
So yeah, it's out there.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's out there, but yeah, I enjoyed my time. I still talk to a lot of my fellow brothers and sisters who served with me. I was an infantryman. I did 4 tours overseas, and I am very thankful to be home, and I'm very thankful for every service member that stood up, stood out, and made that sacrifice in serving their country. So.
Thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
And me as a civilian, I always try to say thank you if I realize somebody's a veteran, and I try to show my appreciation. But you two being veterans, what is the best way that we can show appreciation for all that you've done for us? Let's start with you, Bre.
Oh, man. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I've always been one of those people that if you thank me for my service, I just say thank you and move about my day, because it's for me, it was just about, standing up for the country. It was never something that I did for the credit. You know,
Right.
It was just something that I wanted to do, you know, to be a part of the bigger picture.
Yeah, that's the perfect answer, right? And absolutely, I mean, for me, you know, something I wanted to do, something that I always had a desire, you know, to get out there and to serve and be part of that bigger picture. So anytime anybody says thank you, at first I'm always like, well, for what? You know, I did my duty. But, you know, I think a good way to thank a veteran is simply just to do that. Hey, thank you for your service. You know, we appreciate it. And then, you know, just showing that respect. And then, of course, never forgetting, you know, never forgetting Veterans Day, never forgetting that those who do serve, you know, spend time away from their family, from their friends, from their loved ones. They got to go places where nobody else wants to go. But just a big thank you is probably the best way.
All right. That's great advice, and I'm going to keep doing what I do. I'm going to do it this week, and I'm going to do it every time I run into somebody for sure, because I truly appreciate it. Would passing on, have you heard of, like, if I see a veteran, I'm like, hey, thank you so much for your service. Have you heard of Volusia County Veteran Services? Would that be something that might be helpful?
You know what? That would be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I think one of the biggest challenges we have as a division is getting the word out there. You know, Volusia County has a high veteran population, and people are flocking to the state of Florida. People are flocking to Volusia County because it's a great place to live. So if you could thank a veteran and then, you know, take it a step further by doing that, that would be awesome. Hey, have you been into an office in Volusia County? Have you visited Veteran Services? Because veterans just don't know what they can be entitled to. They have no clue. So coming in, talking to one of our service officers is one of the best things that they can do, and their families as well. There's a lot of, you know, dependents out there, a lot of surviving spouses who could be entitled to benefits, and it could literally change their lives, and they just don't know. So that would be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're out at DeLand and TCK, and I can't tell you how many people stop me in the hallways looking for Veteran Services, because y'all recently moved, correct?
Right. Yeah. So we moved. It's been about, I'd say been about a year. We moved from the TCK building into a smaller building, and the address is 110 West Rich Avenue, right there in DeLand. It's right next to, you know, the TCK building, and it's a great location. It's closer to the parking lot, which a lot of the times, you know, veterans that we deal with, you know, have disabilities. So it's, by the time they would find somewhere to park and then walk all the way in the TCK, it could be a haul. Mm-hmm. So we are right there, right off of Rich, close to the parking lot. So
how about other locations? Didn't you open a new location recently?
Yeah.
Where was that at?
Yes, sir. So we opened up a new location in the city of Deltona.
Okay.
It's co-located with the Deltona Library, so I love that. I don't know if anybody's been to the Deltona Library, but it is super cool. They have that Lionia Preserve that's attached there.
Oh, yeah.
My kids love going there. But yeah, we just opened that office, I want to say in July, and I know the city of Deltona, I know all the veterans in that area are super excited. So we have the office there in Deltona, co-located with the library. We have another office that is in New Smyrna Beach, right off of Canal Street. It's co-located with the health department building there. And we have another office in Daytona Beach, also co-located with the health department off of Olson back. So if you're a veteran out there, if you're a dependent, if you're a surviving spouse and you're listening, please stop into any of our offices and have a conversation with one of our service officers.
Yeah, you said the Lionia Environmental Center, and that is a true gem. That's Volusia County. You can make a day of it. Go to Lionia Environmental Center, stop by Veteran Services. You can have a whole day of it.
Yeah.
As I'm sitting here, I'm wondering, like, I don't even know the history of Veterans Day. When was it started? What?
Sure.
Yeah. How did all that get started?
Yeah. So Veterans Day, it originating from a signing of an armistice, which was a temporary cessation of hostiles on Monday, November 11th of 1918 at 11 a.m. And I guess to put that in layman's terms, it means that all fighting ceased between Allied nations and Germany, effectively ending World War I. And then a year later, President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed November 11th, 1919 as the first commemoration of Armistice Day. And then from there, the actual legal federal holiday was approved by Congress in 1938, but it wasn't until 1954, following World War II and the Korean War, that Congress replaced armistice with veterans, amending the original act to commemorate November 11th, a day in America where all veterans of all wars were honored.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So fast forward all the way to today.
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit before the show, and your schedule's packed, right?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, so there are events going on all around the county. I know on Veterans Day, on the 11th, we have the city of Deltona. They are hosting a veteran celebration over there at their Veterans Memorial Park. They're going to be doing hamburgers and hot dogs. I know the city of DeLand is doing their Veterans Day parade. And then the DeLand High School Band is actually doing a free concert for all the public, all veterans, starting at 7 o'clock at DeLand High School. I know that almost every, VFW post, American Legion post, AMVETS post, all these service organizations are doing something special in their specific locations.
Bre, what do you got? What are you going to be doing for How are you going to celebrate Veterans Day?
So actually, my daughter is turning 5 on Monday.
Congratulations.
Yay.
So we are celebrating Veterans Day with a birthday party.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
So we're going to be outside all day, hanging out. We might even, take a trip to the fair for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Just make a weekend out of it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time. So you got to tell me, are you going to take advantage of any of the free promo meals? I know there's a lot of and there's so many restaurants out there, and I'm super thankful. There's a lot of restaurants out there that offer a free sandwich, offer a free entree. They're all over the place, and you can find like a list online. But are you going to take part? Are you going to go and get a free meal, get a free coffee from Dunkin' Donuts? What are you going to do?
So typically, no, I don't really do that. It's never crossed my mind, and I have 2 kids now, so I'm typically always busy doing something with them, or just kind of doing my own thing. I've never really, I don't think I've ever actually gotten a free meal or free drink on Veterans Day for veterans.
Maybe this year will be the first.
That's it.
Maybe I can make that change.
Yeah.
And that kind of sounds like the common theme, right? Like veteran services might be something that has never crossed people's mind. Can you tell us about some of the success stories of people who might not have known and came into your office and it changed their life?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I am very, very honored and very fortunate to be able to, continue to serve our veterans in our county and our citizens. And, there are countless stories. People will come in and they have little to no income. They don't have anywhere to go. They don't know what they're going to do. And within a matter of, a week to a couple of weeks, through the help of our service officers and the Department of Veterans Affairs, now they're getting income, they're getting money. One story that comes to mind is I had a Vietnam veteran, and he was living in the Ocala forest, homeless, and didn't talk to his family anymore. And he was finally to that point in his life where he was looking for help. So he came into the office, 0 income, no contact with his family. Well, within a couple of weeks, a couple of months, he was getting steady income now from the VA. He was getting VA health care. He started getting some good treatment, mental health, and some other things. He rekindled the relationship with his family, awesome. And now his life is forever changed. So, those are just some of the small things that we have the privilege and the honor to get to help partake in.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's an amazing story. That's invaluable.
It is.
Can't beat that. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So the VA and Veteran Service are 2 separate things. Do you help people navigate the Veterans Affairs processes?
Yeah. So Veteran Services, we are employed by the county.
Right.
All of our services are 100% free to all veterans, to every dependent, to everybody out there. And the Department of Veterans Affairs, it's a huge agency.
Right.
And, you have the health side, you have the benefit side. With the benefit side, there are so many different forms to fill out and send it here or send it there. Our service officers are accredited through several different, state and federal agencies. We go to school, that is hosted by the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs. We get all the training. We have access to all VA systems. So we truly help those veterans navigate that system.
And it's a little easier to get in with you guys than it is with the VA.
Oh,
correct?
yeah, absolutely.
Because we all know that struggle.
It's a struggle. And we, with our 4 offices, you can do a walk-in, Monday through Friday. And you could sit there, sign in, and just wait your turn. Or for those who are unable to do so, you can make an appointment at any of our offices, schedule that appointment, and then get in there and get seen. Because, some of the stuff with the VA can be time sensitive if you're dealing with an appeal or you got to file a claim by a certain day. So, you got to get in there, you got to get your stuff done. And that's what we're there to do. And I could say that I am truly honored to work with such a privileged team. I mean, everybody that is on our staff, I mean, they are compassionate. They're veterans themselves. And, they're good at what they do. So
we've had the opportunity to work with some of your staff in some different capacities, and that's the common thread between everybody I've worked with is they care.
Yeah.
They care about the individuals they're helping. You don't get lost in the mix with something so big,
right.
And that's an amazing. It's an amazing resource. I'm not a veteran, but if I was, I would be I'm still going to tell everybody I know to go check it out, stop by the office and see what you can offer for sure.
And being a veteran, working with other veterans to, get that assistance, it kind of makes the person who's getting assistance feel a little better about going and talking to them, and it just makes the process a little easier because we all kind of get it. We get each other's stories, so we've all experienced something. Yeah,
that's one of the cool things that I really like about my job is I have met veterans from all different branches of service. I have met veterans that served in World War II, served in Korea, served in Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, and then those who have served during peacetime, and everybody has a story. Everybody did their part. And it's just really, really cool to be part of, the big picture now. What can we do to support each other now? How can we better our community now? So it's really cool. I'm really happy for Volusia County having this great service, for its citizens.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I think it's a good time for a break. We will be back with more Volusia Today with Scott Olson and Veteran Services.
All right.
Subscribe to the Volusia County YouTube channel.
And hit the bell icon to know what's happening in your hometown.
There are so many great places to explore.
And things to learn.
With over 1,000 videos available right now, the channel offers something for everyone.
Let's go!
Did you know we have countless features showcasing history, nature, wildlife, and recreation? Subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Or that we live stream important county meetings and workshops where leaders make decisions that can impact our everyday lives. Did you subscribe yet?
Or that we record our weekly radio show, Volusia Today, where we interview staff from the different divisions and departments across our great county, and they discuss the nitty-gritty of their field and expertise.
Go ahead, subscribe.
But that's not it. There's more. Subscribe and hit the bell icon and fully explore.
Score!
We're back. I'm Bre Goldstrom along with David Hunt, and you're listening to Volusia Today, a public information program brought to you by the County of Volusia. We're back with Scott Olson from the Veteran Services Division. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
So we talked about some things that are going on within the county, but what is Veteran Services, like what upcoming events does Veteran Services have?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you asking, and I am super excited. This is kind of the first time we're doing this to this capacity, but Volusia County Basket Brigade, they were so generous, and they donated 65 boxes or Thanksgiving meals for veterans and their families.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, it's really, really cool. So on November 17th, all right, starting, at 9 o'clock, if you are a veteran, you can stop by our office in Daytona. Address is 1845 Holsenbach Drive. And you can just, present, your veteran's ID card or, something just showing your veteran status. And then you can get one of these food baskets. It could feed up to a family of 6. It has a gift card in there, so that way it can contribute towards, a turkey or a ham, whatever they're into. But yeah, so we're super excited for that. Of course, it's first come, first serve, and we're going to be handing those out until our supplies run out. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
That's awesome. So how can, the community, do you guys hold like a food drive, or how can the community contribute to stuff like that?
Yeah, so for this particular one, I know we did not, host a food drive for it, the Volusia County Basket Brigade. I think they have been collecting food donations now for a while. So that's a great way to give. They can contribute that way. And then in the future, as this continues to grow, because we expect great things and we expect to continue to do this on a higher level for our veterans, maybe we'll do something like that where we can collect donations, but we'll definitely let everybody know when and if that happens. But for the time being, that's a great way to to donate is through that organization, and I know they do great things for all the citizens here in the county. So
well, that's awesome. I will say I did not know about this basket brigade, so that's great to hear.
Yeah.
That we can help out. So
do y'all do other like nonprofit stuff? So you work with the VA, but do you also like work with other nonprofits? I got one buddy who's a veteran, and he calls me all the time. He's like, Dave, I got some tickets through this nonprofit organization. It's like to the Magic game or whatever. And I'm like, dang, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's probably through Vet Ticks.
Okay.
And a veteran, they can kind of create an account, get verified that they're a veteran, and then they can become I guess, a member of Vet Ticks. And what they do is that they post, free tickets for different events around the community, sports events, comedy shows and stuff like that. But for veteran services, we work closely with like Volusia Flagler Career Source.
Okay.
And, they're awesome. They help, citizens, and they help veterans, find employment, redo their resumes, things like that. Supporting services for veterans' families. They help veterans, find housing. Mm-hmm. So there are several different, kind of local agencies that we kind of work with on a daily basis. Community services through the county. They help veterans. They help citizens all the time. So, there's a few different organizations out there that we kind of work, closely with in order to get our veterans and our citizens connected with the benefits or, their needs. So
that's basically you walk in the door, right? Because you never know.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing that I love about the job is, somebody could come in and, need help with their VA benefits. And then we start talking to them and then they open up and say, hey, I need help paying my light or my electric bill. Okay, well, hey, let's walk over to community services and see what they can do for you. So it's a good network of resources, all here to help our citizens.
And you touched on it a little bit. It's families too. So it could be
True.
the son. How far down does that lineage go? It could be a grandson, or how does that work?
So every situation is going to be different. Realistically, when it comes to benefits for families, some family members may be eligible for educational assistance through the VA, and that's going to depend on the veteran. It's going to depend, on their entitlement. But you could have children, you could have spouses. Again, get assistance with education. They could also get help with healthcare, depending on the situation. A lot of surviving spouses. They're out there. They were married to veterans for a long, long time, and then the veteran passes away. And those surviving spouses could be eligible for monetary benefits. So depending on the situation, again, qualifications and different circumstances, they can be entitled to monthly payments. And a lot of them don't know that, and that could just literally change their lives. And that's another thing that I love, where we'll have a surviving spouse, and they'll come into the office and they don't know how they're going to pay their bills. They don't know, how they're going to pay their rent, or they need assistance with activities of daily living, and they need to go into an assisted living facility. And, after a short conversation with our service officers, they're eligible for monthly benefits, for monthly money from the VA. So those surviving spouses, if you're out there, come and talk to a service officer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good advice.
I know I've worked with you a little bit with my benefits, and you're helping me out, and it's such an easy process coming to you rather than going to the VA. Everybody.
Yeah, doing it yourself, or sometimes trying to work with them directly, it could be a challenge. And I remember when I first got out, I didn't know what a service officer was, and I was trying to file claims by myself, and I was trying to get help, and I was totally lost. I felt alone. I didn't know where to go to. And actually, when I moved to Volusia County, my wife, like I said, she was a veteran, and she just happened to go into the office in DeLand. And
awesome.
and she worked with a service officer and got her benefits. And then she came to me. She's like, "Hey, you really need to go check these guys out." So I'm like, "All right." And funny story is, I went there and I met with a gentleman. He's still there, Ray Allen.
Awesome.
Yeah, and he's still there, and he helped me with my benefits. And I remember talking to him. I said, "Man, how do you get a job like this?" I said, how do you do this? He's like, you just got to keep your eye on the website and apply. And that was in 2016.
Oh, wow.
And then lo and behold, in 2018, a position became available. I applied and, got the position.
That's a wild story.
Yeah.
Ray's awesome.
Yeah, he
you
is.
talk to Ray and you just want to almost give him a big hug.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
amazing.
So cool story. But I love the way everything worked out.
That's super cool.
That's awesome.
So even if you don't take advantage of the free food, definitely still stop by.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the other thing. If you're coming on the 17th just to get some food and if you never talk to the service officer and stop in, make an appointment, stop there, talk to, we're going to have a whole team there and let us try to help you out. That's what we're here for.
I know I didn't even know Veteran Services was a division in the county until I started working at TCK.
Yeah.
I always went through the VA, and Carrie, she used to work at Veteran Services.
Yeah.
She actually connected me to you, and that's how, I just walked in and, said, "Hey, how's it going?" And we've got everything started, and it's awesome. Yeah.
It's when you're dealing with somebody who knows the system. Not only that, but Bre, like you mentioned, they're veterans as well. All of our service officers are veterans, and when you work with somebody, man, who's been there, they've done that, they understand. It just makes it so much easier. So.
All right, we're running out of time.
All right.
Give me your 10-second spiel going into the weekend. You got 10 seconds. Go.
All right, going into the weekend, to all my fellow brothers and sisters, first and foremost, thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. And stop into one of our offices. Come Monday, head into the offices, see what we can help you out with. And again, I appreciate your service.
Bre, you got 5 seconds. Go.
I just want to say, everybody have a safe weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Thank a veteran. Thank their families, because their families go through a lot of stress too with them being in the service.
And that's all we got for today. Thank you so much to all the veterans out there. Have a great weekend, Volusia County.